It's Monday night. It's 9:30, and it's time for Now That's What I Call a Live Stream. And I am all by myself. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully there's people in the chat. So if you can hear and see me, okay, let us know in the side chat if you can. And I'm getting an echo back off that. Yes, I am joined as always by Witty and by Colin, but no Stu this week. Stu is not here. Don't worry, he hasn't gone and joined the new European Super League. He has just got an interview tomorrow. Hopefully everything will go okay with the interview. I'd just like to wish him luck, and they don't charge you. But just remember, Stu, he's a handy tip. I've watched plenty of 24 Hours in Police Custody. Just say no comment. Just keep with the no comment all the way through, and they can't make them stick. Right, let's see who we do have in the chat. Quickly. Right, first in, as always, Superfan Nia, Laura, Sharon, and Lainey. And I think that is everyone at the moment. It's just jumped. Yeah, Neil. Wonder who Neil lookalikes are tonight. Money's on him saying Carol Decker looks like Spuggy. No. Yes, maybe not. Oh, no worries, Matt, for missing last week. And hello, Susan, as well. Both joining us together. Police, not quite a police interview. No. He hasn't been charged with anything, like any offences of. Well, he hasn't been charged with offending Cliff Richard after last week's live stream. But no, he's got a job interview and he's got a lot of prep to do for it. So we'll let him off this week. We'll let him off. We'll wish him good luck as well. So hopefully everything goes grand for him. So yes, let's start off. So you've only got me. I'm not even spoiling you with a special guest this week. But yes, so it's up to you people to keep the chat going and keeping everything flowing. And let's start. Hopefully I have done this a bit better this week. That is more seamless because Stu isn't here. There you go, people. I'm a bit delayed on my second screen, so I'm just watching it back, and that was smooth. That was the best I've done yet. See, Stu's holding us back. If you want to come on, Lainey, are you available now? And you can jump on if you want. You would have stood in for Stu. You can stand in if you want. Let us know, and I can always zip you across the code. 2 seconds. Right, 2 seconds. And sorry, people, we're just going to get our guest in. So I'm not by myself. Thanks, Lainey. Let me have a look. Copy that. Shouldn't really do it on there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Bear with us 2 seconds. Stop sharing. Sorry about this, people. I'm just going to show. Hiya, Thomas, for coming in. Bear with me 2 minutes. Just some technical issues. And a late surprise guest for you people. Who you know. Here we go. I have just sent you the link then, Lainey. And yes, you're going to need a translator tonight, Susan. Yes, it will be. So get your Macam dictionaries out, as you'll be needing them very soon. Oh, Video Tasties. That was my Instagram post. Oh, hey. Welcome, Video Tasties. Welcome along. I'll try and... I can't share the screen until... So just let's talk amongst ourselves. Let's come on. I man, yes, spank. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm just going to share screen. Share screen. Share audio. Okay. Got it. And hide this. And go there. Oh, right. Oh, yes, thank you. Susan just reminded us I have hit 500 subs. Yay! 505 now. Come on. So, yes, 505 subs. Well done, me. Well done, all of us. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. Also, just a quick one. I would just like to inform you there will be a giveaway. I'm just waiting for one of the possible prizes. I just want to see the quality before I do that and get the video sorted. But there will be a subscriber giveaway coming soon. I am just waiting, and here she is.
Hello.
Hello. I'll get the screen up then. There you go. So I can't see you now. So you've just disappeared off my screen. You will appear. So how are you?
I'm good. I've been out in the sun loads, and I think I'm starting to get like actual tan.
You get the summer glow.
It's
the summer glow.
Weird weather we're having.
I know. It's supposed to turn cold now, though.
Oh, don't say that, man.
No, it isn't, Susan. Unfortunately, I haven't got a chocolate Lionel head just as yet. So no, I haven't got one. But hopefully, fingers crossed. Maybe when I hit the 1,000, I'll get one. I'll make one. But so if anyone who doesn't know, this is Lainey from Big Girls Really Do Cry. I will later on put a link further down below. Oh, welcome, Brown Eyed Girl. I think it's the first time you've been in. Welcome along. Say hello to everyone in the chat. They do not bite. And Aid's here for once, and it's not 11. So well done, Aid, for being early. I know. Have you wet the bed? But yes, this week we are looking back at Now 11. So we're going back to March 1988. So I would have been 7 at the time, Lainey. I know you're not meant to ask a lady that her age. But I'm not asking your age. I'm asking how old you would have been during this year.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll remember a lot of these songs. These will be your teenage songs, and everything will be coming.
Just a bit. Just not saying I like half of them because it wasn't the best.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's quite a bit of. We'll get to it though, but
we'll get to it. Right. Okie dokie. Well, we'll start off with, if we say it 3 times, Nick might come in. It's the Pet Shop Boys with Always on My Mind. I haven't actually put the right album sleeve on here. I've put the album it's from, not the actual thing. But yeah, Always on My Mind. I would say this is the top 3 Pet Shop Boys song for me, along with West End Girls, and It's a Sin. It's one of the ones which really stand out for me. I don't know about you.
Brilliant song. We did our homework last night because this is what we do. We get together and we go through the album between us.
Hardcore fans, hardcore members.
Yeah, we're hardcore. We're coolers. And I think this is going to be up there for the best song on this. To be definitely, without saying it is at the moment, but it's definitely up there. As Susan, I think it was Susan who said that. It was totally different. It's totally different from the original, and that's what.
Yeah. Well, this song, it was number 1 in UK, Switzerland, Sweden, Spain, Poland, Finland, and Canada. It was Christmas number 1 in '87, and it only reached number 4 in the US though. And it was the 14th best-selling song in the UK in 1987. So it just shows you how high it was up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, originally an Elvis hit, so
he had a sex change. Where's the other lad? Had a sex change. Look, to be fair, he'd probably make a better looking woman than me, but
I was going to say, I don't think I have seen Stu dress up as a woman, actually, so I couldn't pass comment.
Well, not that you admit anyway.
This is what a cover version should be. Yes, different, not just the same. Yes, I get what you mean there. It was originally an Elvis song, reached number 9 in the UK charts. but also it was also named the number one song in Elvis's career in 2013. This always on my mind. Now, for me, that isn't Elvis' number one song. Elvis' number one song is Hunter Burn Love. I just love that song.
Oh, Jesus.
I just think that song is brilliant. I just love it's just.
He's got loads. I Lonesome Tonight, The Wonder of You. I just like loads of Elvis. So, but we're not even talking about Elvis, are we? So.
No, we're not. We're talking about this cover song, which it's been named. Oh, where have I got? The UK. The Telegraph placed it at number 2 of all-time best covers, and the BBC had a poll in 2014, and it was named the best cover of all time by that poll as well. But it only come about by chance because what was it? Pet Shop Boys performed on a show on ITV on a special to commemorate 10 years of his death, and then it done so well, and it got so much popularity and praise off that, and they decided to release it, and obviously Christmas number 1, there you go. So, but yes, it is a good song. Apart from the Pet Shop Boys, the rest are dire. Okay, Susan.
That's pretty much what you said last night as well.
Well done, Ed. This is only the 21st week, or the 22nd one if you include our Christmas special, but yes, the songs are listed below everyone, so hiya Dave, the gents just come in as well. Hello. But yes. The start of the song is it's quite Stock Aitken Waterman, I think.
Well, yeah, we haven't spoken to Nick yesterday. He said there's like a feature film or something about this.
Yes,
and this is all clips from the feature film, which is making the video. So, because we were all like, the video is weird. I mean,
well, I said I've put the music, like the start of the music video, there seems a weird man on it, but it's from a feature film, so that probably explains it if you watch the whole film. But I think Nick's actually on his channel. Is it World in My Eyes?
Yeah.
His Depeche Mode channel also covers Pet Shop Boys Erasure.
Yeah.
I think he actually goes to the locations of some of the bits in the film. Yeah. So but the start of this song, just the instrumental bit is, I think it's very Stock Aitken and Waterman though.
Yeah.
I've made this a bit weird actually.
Yeah.
Nem looks like someone famous. Oh, come on, add to my lookalikes. I love a good lookalike. Actually, I've got no lookalikes this week. I've left them out. I've given you a week off for my fabulous lookalikes and the headaches it gives you trying to think of me clues rather than lookalikes. But yeah, please tell me who I look like, because I have loads of lookalikes.
Mac with a mustache.
Well, there are one or two others that aren't too bad, but actually Drowning in Dross on this disc. Oh, see, Susan. No. I think there is some good tracks on, some hidden gems. But yes, like I say, the beginning of the video. But it sort of reminds us of, what's that? Who done the singing policeman? No, the singing detective. Is it singing Lipstick on My Collar in another one?
Oh. On my collar.
Yeah, it's not the song. There was a series on it. Someone Potter.
Oh, Dennis
Potter. Yes, Dennis Potter. And it sort of reminds us of like his sort of writing as well. But basically, the video is just the Pet Shop Boys driving around with the weird bloke in the back of the car, and then
there's like zebras and cows and.
Yeah, it's just weird.
And then things.
And then I'm going there, but I like it here wherever it is.
He just seems very creepy. I don't know what he is, but at the end of the video, he does say, "It's the Pet Shop Boys song. What have I done to deserve this?"
Yeah,
I don't know that song. I'm not a massive Pet Shop Boys fan. Two cows, in fact.
Yeah,
I look like the actor Tom Thingy. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see Tom Hardy.
Definitely that.
Definitely Tom Hardy. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Dennis Potter. It sort of reminds us of that, Susan. Yeah, like the Dennis Potter type films. But yes, that was the Pet Shop Boys. And in Susan's eyes, it goes downhill from here. So Belinda. So what did you think of Belinda from Carlisle?
I like this song, right? Don't get us wrong, I do like it. It's one of them things, it's on every 80s. As soon as an 80s album comes out, it's on it. You know what I mean? There's a few songs that do that, have that same sort of thing that all get put on. And we were trying to wonder why she was just dancing in a corner the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? In the video, she was just dancing in the corner. But it's one of them things. It's just that it's always on the 80s albums. Like, and you know, it's one of them things. If you were out, you're at an 80s gig, it has to be played. It's one, you know.
Yeah. 80s weekend, this will be on.
Yeah. It's got to be on. And I do like it, but it's just I've heard it so many times. I prefer our other big hit, which was "Leave the Light On." I prefer "Leave the Light On."
Yeah. Well, this one, see this song for me is see, like you say, it's an 80s anthem. But what ruined it for me was this advert, because every time you think of it, you think
there was loads to do, even for Dad. We did everything we wanted, and so did Mum.
Enjoy an Easter break for only £139 for the whole family at Haven.
Mum had a good time as well. You know.
Aye.
But yeah, that's sort of what I remember now, because it's like Haven's a place on earth. But yeah, it reached number 1 in Europe, Ireland, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, Sweden, Switzerland, UK, USA, and Zimbabwe. Yeah. And in 1987, it was I've put the UK down. It was either the 17th most popular in the UK or the US, and the 7th most popular in either the UK or the US. I've just wrote UK for both, so sorry. Deduct one. Deduct where applicable. But it was nominated for a Grammy for Best Female Vocalist, but it was beaten by Whitney Houston, "I Want to Dance on Somebody," which I do think deserves, because I think that's so much better than this song.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, she had... I can't remember how much of a career she had. I know she had quite a few songs. Probably "Circle in the Sand." I think there was "I Get Weak." Was it "I Get Weak"? Or was that? Am I confused now? Alison Moyer now. She's a big difference, but she had a few hits. But out of all of them, my favorite would have been "Leave the Light On."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that'll probably appear in a later album, because I don't think it's appeared on one yet. They're just debating about this. Matt's even saying a couple of ropey moments on this one, but I argue it has two of the best opening tracks on Now albums. Yeah, with this one and the start of the Now, the second part, which we'll get on to next week. "I Get Weak" is Belinda.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were right with Belinda. "Circle in the Sand."
Yeah, I remember "Circle in the Sand."
The same thing. "We Dream the Same." Yeah, that's another good one. I'm positive Haven even used that as well on a later one. They must have just had access to Belinda Carlisle hits.
Yeah, all of her hits.
Yeah, Aid's saying, "I thought Whitney would have been on here." Matt will probably be able to tell you, or actually, I've never seen Blissful in the Night. One of them will probably be able to tell you. I think that would have probably been on Hits album, which was like a rival album. So
yeah, I think Madonna was on there as well.
Yeah. But yes. But this you mocked the video. Did you know Diane Keaton directed it?
No.
The actress Diane Keaton from Father of the Bride.
Yeah, no, she is. She just put her in a corner. Somebody put Belinda in the corner. Baby got out of it. Belinda didn't. Took her place, I guess.
But yes, I've just got three things about what happens in the music video. So there's kids with globes. She sings. I don't know if it's a confessional here or she's in the back of a police car. I don't know. She could be visiting Stu in the interview.
Yeah.
And then she gets off with some bloke. She's frolicking with some bloke all the way through in different cutscenes, who incidentally is a husband. So fair play for your man a job. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's so many artists from these. Yeah, not Roots representatives. Well, it is a time capsule from the time. It is. We might go back in about 2025 when we've caught up with all the now albums and go back and do the hits one. So obviously, if you're not subscribed, stay tuned and hit the like button and all that jazz.
You should do the hits after, I think.
Yeah. Be about 2025 by the time we
I mean, it's a lot of content, isn't it?
Yeah. Next up is another. I think this is it's a good song, but I don't think it's aged that well with the lyrics.
It's not my cup of tea. It's a bit. I don't know. I mean, I get it. At the time, it was a beat. It was part of the 80s. I get it. You know what I mean? And it was just. But looking at it now, I don't know. It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
I know I'm looking at it from now rather than back then, but it's a little creepy. The animation in the video is chronic.
But it was seen as like, wow, look at this, the animation. Yeah. But
and what, you know, where do you go to like a car wash or garage or whatever, and the woman takes off her overall to have a gold lamia dress on? You know what I mean? Like
you're spoiling all my stuff here. You're spoiling all my stuff. I'm gonna come to it, lady.
Sorry. That happens in real life, not. Yeah. I know it's obviously it's a video. It's
yeah, but for me, this like song reminds me of like family dues, being on holiday around that time. It sort of reminds me of that. But like I said, the lyrics you've already said it hasn't aged well. The lyrics are a bit dire. But yeah, I was only like 6 or 7 when this song come out. So I wonder how many people, and I think someone's also, Susan's already said, oh no, this is awful, terrible pickle line, terrible song. I was just going to say, I wonder how many people did shout the, hey, you, get into my car.
I don't. When we did our homework, I did that bit.
But the thing is, I don't mean like the red car creepy bloke who's got puppies and boiled sweets for you. I just mean like the boy races and the XR2s and the escorts down the seafront, you know what I mean?
Doesn't quite work the same, does it?
Yeah. I would. Well, what, you mean it works better on the children?
No, I mean like it's been on the, like, you know, when you're older and you're looking back kind of thing. It's weird.
Yeah. See, Master said he can't quite decide how it is. It's a bit like what you said. On one hand, it's horribly cheesy, yet it's catchy. And it was a bit of a hit, yeah.
It was of the time, you know what I mean? It was
that's the thing.
That's what was out then. That's the song. That's what it was, if that makes sense. You know, it's just...
like you said, it got to number 3 in the UK. It was his last top 10 hit. It got to number 1 in Australia, Belgium, Canada, Ireland, Netherlands, Norway, South Africa, and the USA.
Yeah.
But it was his last number 1, his third and final number 1 there. But it was also the best-selling song in Canada in 1988. So I don't know if they had a cold winter and people were like driving up and go, hey, you, get into my car. And it was a weird, like the Canadians might have pulled because, you know, I don't know. But the song is based on a line from the song is based on a line from the song You're 16, which is also hasn't aged very well. So just a history of badly aged songs and lines and everything.
And the thing is it's like when you look at the videos, and I said this yesterday, the girls are never age appropriate to the age of the men in the video with them. you know what I mean? Back then, they were never age appropriate. And I mean, I don't know. I know that's the thing. It was a different time, you know what I mean?
So Brown, name your lookalike is Tom Thingy, the lawyer film set in America. Tom Hanks.
It's not. You look like Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. I want to know who Brown Eyed Girl is because they've got a spanner as well. So how have they got a spanner? It's someone I know. So who is that?
Changed their name.
Someone has changed the name. I've just noticed they've got a spanner. So who is it? We'll have to keep an eye on that. Case in point, Roger Moore and Grace Jones. Yeah, it was always done like that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Age appropriateness.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live in America SNL parodied it with a version called Ocean Billy, who sang "Get out of my car and into my trunk."
Jesus.
so bit of foresight there of how people do this in the future.
Level. Yeah.
It's really Stu. Yeah, it possibly could be. Stu, go and do your research, mate. You've got an important interview tomorrow.
Can't keep away, man.
I know. Like I said, the music video was really popular back then because it had like the live animation, which it's aged about as well as the song.
It's not very good, is it?
No. But the thing is, I'm really surprised that Billy Ocean never got his head kicked in, because he pulls up in his white Porsche at the car wash and shouts at a group of lads and one lass, "Hey, you, get into my car." How unsurprising. Them lads go, "What, mate? What'd you say? That would never happen in Sunderland." He would have had his windows put out, given a good eye, and he's probably car nicks. The Hoffs jump into my car was better. It probably was, actually. But yeah, like you said, she takes off her overall and she's got this like cocktail dress on.
Yep.
But you would think, and I'm hoping they have got showers at work, because if not, she's going to be stinking in that. She's done a full day's of work. So, but then he seems to go from there, ends up in some sort of street party somewhere, and then
there's always a traffic jam or something, and then everyone has a party. That never happens when we have traffic jam.
And then we get the token bad acting from 80s films. He's never going to win an Oscar.
Just terrible.
And as well, right, Billy Ocean then drives to a cinema, a drive-in cinema, where he is performing, or a video of him performing is on stage. Now, is it just me, or would you think, Smart, who do you think you are? Like, I know you're famous, but why have you brought us here to watch one of your movies just to show off more?
Come on, let's go watch it.
How many people go, right, can you just turn the car on and drop us off back at the car wash, please?
Yeah. In fact, doesn't matter, I'll walk.
I'm sweaty enough as it is.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit weird.
Yes. And then we move on to Jermaine Stewart, which is just a bit nah.
I did remember it. Very.
Did you?
Yeah, just slightly, but not. It's not the worst thing on here.
Yeah.
But it's a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think I've never heard this song, and I don't think I've missed out.
You haven't.
It's a bit nah. Because every time he goes in the chorus and say it again, I always think he's gonna go say it, because it sounds like a song from like the late 90s, early 2000s by a band called Precious, and I think that is a much better song called Say It Again. So if you want a song called Say It Again, go for the Precious one from the late 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, he was really Michael Jackson fanatic.
Yeah.
You just sit in everything he does, you can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Susan and Sharon's both said Michael Jackson rip off. Not great from Jermaine. Get Lucky or Now 12 is much better. I like to keep. What is it? You don't have to take your clothes off. I think that's a good song. It's so much better. I think if you never had that hit, I don't think this would have reached as high in the charts because it got number 7 in the UK. There's a lot of songs get high in these charts, which don't deserve to. And then it only reached number 27 in the US. But this song had previously been recorded 3 times, and no one had success with it. So it was just Jermaine right off the name.
Should just give up.
Yeah.
It's done now. Try that and that. The thing is some things just don't carry forward. So maybe at the time it worked, but you get some songs that they just move along with the times. The classics from there that just define, but this just doesn't. It's not good.
It isn't great at all, is it? Flogging a Dead Horse springs to mind. It is. But yeah, the music video is quite reminiscent of the other one, apart from you haven't got a lady getting splashed with water in the front. But it's just Jermaine with a lot of randoms, band members, dancers. But there is a part.
The dad's jackets on. Yeah, they've got their dad's jackets on, don't they?
Yeah. But yeah, there's a bit in the video which does remind me of. Can you remember the iPod adverts? You'll see it in a second.
Yeah.
Now, it does remind. It's like, did he create the? There's Steve Jobs nicking other people's ideas again. He's nicked it for the advert this time from Jermaine Stewart. So if anyone from his estate, because I know he died quite young, if anyone from his estate's watching, get suing Apple. I remember Say It Again being a bit of a hit at the time, but hasn't aged well. Yeah, so like you're saying, Lainey, Matt's just said the same. It hasn't done well.
It hasn't
done well. But we get on to another song, which I think's a good song.
It's a good song.
Yeah. But when I was younger, I used to think this. Well, when I've heard it, I've always thought
about your girlfriend Joanna.
Well, I thought it was just I thought it was either a nursery rhyme or like a folk song they used to sing. And I've always thought that. And then I mentioned to someone at work when I'd read about it's an anti-apartheid song. And he went, is it? We used to sing it at school. So he used to sing it in a second with the whole things.
I think at the time I probably just put it down as to some girl called Joanna.
Joanna, yeah.
Because I didn't think about it as being Johannesburg But yeah, it's a really good song, and there's some cool animation, as Susan says.
Yeah, it's like the all the African artwork and everything. It is quite good, yeah.
And all that stuff, which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, Nia said the same. This sounds like a song I sang at school when I was little. It does seem like a song like you would sing when you're at school. Clever lyrics here. I couldn't stand the song at the time, but I've always skipped past. Yeah, it's not until you look into it, you find out it's about that.
I liked it, but I think probably Electric Avenue is probably the better of Eddie Grant songs. Yeah.
It got to number 1 in Belgium, the Netherlands, Spain, and Zimbabwe. Only number 4 in the UK. It only got to number 2 in Switzerland, but it was the second most popular song during 1988 in Switzerland. So there must have been a song which got to number 1 in Switzerland ever.
Yeah.
And this just stayed at number 2 forever. So yeah, but it was the second most popular song in 1988 in Switzerland. Like I said, apartheid. It was banned, obviously, in South Africa. South Africa government banned it, but it was still widely played, even though it was banned. So, yeah, part of the apartheid movement. But yes, like you say, I haven't got much of a clip for this, but actually, I haven't got a clip. A lot of it is clips from South Africa. So this must have been the reigning presidents or one of the past presidents in South Africa. There's a lot of old clips with people in townships and everything. You've got the African artwork and Eddie Grant's singing head, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Which appears in the video. But yeah, I think a lot of people's in like the same thing as like what I think Scott at work thinks and Nia thinks, where if they heard this, they go, "Oh, I used to sing this at school." They might not have, but it's just in their head.
Realise, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, what were you, 7, did you say?
Sorry?
And what were you, 7?
I would have been 7 when this album come out, so probably 6 or 7.
You wouldn't have, you know what I mean? I mean, I was 13, but I didn't, well, I don't know what part of the year this came out, but I'd have been 12 or 13, so
yeah,
I just didn't think about it.
Australia's in the house. Hello, Mel from the future.
Hello, Mel.
2 seconds. I have just had a message. No, I thought it might have been Stu saying, yes, that was me, Brown Eyed Girl, but I don't think it is. It's definitely a song like from school assemblies. Yeah, it definitely is. Next up, we move to another Eddie, Mr. Cochran. Come on, everybody. Yeah. Now, this reminds me of when I used to work in a workmen's club. Every month or whatever, they used to have a rock and roll evening on, and the people used to come in dressed as like teddy boys and everything. Some of them used to have like Cadillacs outside, like the big
with hair like George from Retro Reselling.
Oh, I don't know. I would say it's more like Eddie.
Yeah, well, he used to, well, he's had it cut now, but he used to always have like perfect.
Yeah. These rock and roll nights probably explained why there was a hole in the ozone layer, the amount of hairspray they used. But yeah, it reminds us of that. And also, I am sure my dad bought this on cassette single when it came out because I think he loved the song.
It was. I mean, I didn't mind this. I don't mind it. I remember it came out. I remember it was off an advert.
Yeah, I thought it was off an advert when I've looked up. It's a Levi's advert.
Yeah, 501s, wasn't it?
501s. But even after watching the advert, I can't remember seeing the advert on telly, so I don't.
I did remember, but I couldn't remember what advert it was off. I just remember the song was on an advert, and that's how it was re-released. But the video, or like, he comes out of like a telly screen, like he's on the telly and comes out of a TV screen type of thing. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this is
the one. And we couldn't get over how Susan's put ancient looking the teenagers were in the video, and everyone had chewing gum, like everyone chewing gum. And someone in the
chewing gum back then was probably like people taking poppers now or the laughing gas, you know. Poppers now to the laughing gas, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, we're allowed to do this in on TV type of thing. And and then there was a lad with a cheeky wink, you know, one of them. He was probably about 14, but looked about 45. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So yeah, this was originally released in 1958. It got number 6 in the UK and 35 in the US. But like it was said after the I haven't put where it's got to second time round. Oops. But yeah, the music video is basically, I think I don't know if this is American Bandstand or the Ed Sullivan Show. It seems like one of them type of shows where this has been recorded off. But yeah, Eddie Cochran died 2 years later after this. Was possibly filmed from when the song was released, because he died in 1960. He was on a tour of the UK. He was only 21, so when he recorded this, he was 19.
I know.
So you just got to think, Elvis was massive and everything, but
and he obviously, he looks influenced by Elvis, given sort of hip shakes and things like that he's doing in the video, but yeah.
So you just think, how big could he have been? Could he have taken some of the shine off Elvis?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people seem to like him and whatever. So you never know, do you? But it's just so sad. I think it was. I think Susan checked and it was a car crash. Was it?
Yeah. Sharon's saying he wasn't 21. I thought he was only 21.
No, wasn't he 21?
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm reading that wrong. He wasn't 20. Yeah, he was only 21. So, like I say, if he recorded in 58, if he's performing this in 50 or 59, he's either 19 or 20. And to be honest, he looks about 40 as well. So the camera does age people.
No, definitely. And it was back in an era when songs were very short. It was like You got your 2 minutes. That's it, wasn't it? It was like
yeah. That's all you need though sometimes, because it was just like, because that's when you listen to it.
Was repetitive.
Yeah.
Just, come on, everybody. It was just repetitive, wasn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah. So from a good song to well, I'm a bit mixed on this, right? Because I cannot stand Morrissey. I think you might be the same.
Yes.
Yeah, cannot stand him. But I do like the music from this song. The backing track and the music and everything, brilliant. I just cannot stand like his terrible way of singing. It just it just constant.
It's Sweethead. That's what he is, not a Sweethead. It's Sweethead. But I really could rant about Morrissey. I find his voice annoying. I find his songs annoying. I think he's very depressive. I think in the bits of clips I've seen him on TV or whatever, comes across as a complete, put your own sort of thing in there. But I just can't get away with him. I really can't. I like, you know what I mean? When in the Smiths, I didn't like him. I don't like the Smiths. I just it's not good.
Nia said she remembers what song that Eddie Grant reminds. It's "Give Me Oil in My Lamp." Sing Hosanna. I can see where you're coming from there, Nia. Yeah. But yeah, in this song where it's like, I'm so sorry, ha 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 ha, and it's just like, is he having an asthma attack? You know what I mean? That's the first thing. Get his inhaler. But also,
it's just
he's like a budget version or a Wish.com version of Woody Woodpecker. Do you not think like ha 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 ha? It's like, fuck off, Morrissey. You know what I mean? No one likes it.
The Smiths are shite. Apart from the crisps, I like the crisps. They're nice.
Stu's back now as Big Head, surprisingly.
Yeah. We know your game.
What's wrong with the Smiths? Well, I don't think they give it enough salt in the crisps when you used to have to do the salt and shit. That's one thing. What's wrong with them, Stu? Obviously, it got to number. Obviously, I'm saying obviously, it got to number 5 in the UK and number 2 in the islands. Number 2 in Ireland. I would say it was a big number 2 in this country, to be honest. It was his first solo single, but the music video was sort of like an ode to James Dean. It's filmed in his hometown, and you just see him like walking through the streets, like brooding. Oh, I'm such a brooder. Do you know who he reminds me of a bit? Do you know when I've done that voice there? Neil from The Young Ones. Like, and I just don't like him. Hi, all, I'm listening. Yeah, Stu.
Yeah.
Stu, you need to go and do your research. You've got a big interview to remember. But yeah, that was Morrissey. Quickly moving on.
Yes.
So this one, Lainey, come on then. Elton John, Candle in the Wind.
Right. I like Elton John. I like this song. However, it was overplayed beyond belief when Princess Diana died, yeah. And to the point that like I didn't choose to listen to it. Yeah. Because of that.
I can't remember the last time I've heard this song on a radio, like this version. Never mind.
And apparently, he said he wouldn't. I can't remember if it was Sharon. I think it might have been, or that said he wouldn't ever perform this again.
Right.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I wonder if that's one of the reasons why it's not played, because I've said
so he might not allow the rights to it, but.
The original was obviously about Marilyn Monroe, and I did used to like this song.
And I mean, what is it? Princess Diana died in 97?
97, yeah.
So even after all this time, I still don't want to listen to it. It was that badly overplayed.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
But
it was.
I do like Elton John, and I prefer his early stuff, you know, like Rocket Man, etc. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this was originally released in 1974.
Yeah.
Got number 11 in the UK. It never even got released in the States. And then it got re-released in 88. Got number 5 in the UK and 6 in the US. But I think it was only just on the back of like the live performance, which is the music video. Basically, him just dressed as some Elizabethan fella. I don't know. It was a Mozart, I suppose he dressed. To be honest, the still I've taken of wherever it is during the shit he's taken on stage because it looks like he's straining for one there.
Yeah, just like.
But yeah. Bernie Taupin, who said the song isn't just about Marilyn Monroe, it's the idea of fame and youth being cut down in their prime. And he was inspired by a phrase he heard, Candle in the Wind, about Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
In tributes to her death. But Rolling Stones magazine did once name it, I think it was 2014, named it the 356th best song of all time. Or greatest song of all time.
356.
356. So I don't know, but yeah, best movie.
56. Best song of all time.
Well, Susan's breathing her way through this, so we'll quickly move on to the next one with "Wet, Wet, Wet" and "The Angel Eyes."
I like this song. This was part of my youth. So
"Wet, Wet, Wet" for me is a guilty pleasure. I do like "Wet, Wet, Wet."
Yeah.
It takes you back to a certain time. My sister was a massive fan. Actually, I think my sister had the 7-inch single of this. So I can sort of remember it. But what I didn't get was the home and away bit. Do you know, I've only just realised, even though he does say home and away in the thing, but I was wondering if he was trying to like catch on and try to get the theme music for this.
No, I just think it was like part of the song.
Yeah. Saying that though, even though this is a good song, I do think like we belong together. I do think that's like get your lighters out. We were not forever and ever. That is a classic tune. You know what I mean? Masha's saying he likes some Wet songs. Doesn't mind this song. It's probably one of the weaker songs. Ooh, I do.
I think there's quite a few for me personally that's weaker than this on here, but like. It was part of my, cheesy youth. And at the time when you're like 12, 13, Marty Pello looks cool, I guess. But I mean, obviously I realise now that, obviously that wasn't. Or if someone had wrote in the comments, Martin Pillow. But yeah. Apparently, I think they thought he was the sexiest bloke alive, and whoever Martin Pillow is, but yeah.
When Matt was a kid, he was convinced it had something to do with the soap opera Home and Away as well. So there you go. I'm not the only one to make that connection. And I've made Mel happy because I've mentioned something Australian. Mel, you need to come back next week because we have your queen on. That's all I'm saying. You should know who she is. Little pocket-sized beauty. She... Not personally, I would love her to be on personally, but I have got 2 special guests next week, not just one. 2.
Ooh,
more on that later on. So keep listening. So yeah, got number 5 in the UK, and it was the 5th best-selling song of 1988 in Holland. There you go. Yeah, Kylie. No, right, I think people are getting the wrong idea. Oh, right. I thought Matt would put Kylie, what the fuck? As in, you've got Kylie on next week. No, Kylie's not a guest on next week. Just to make that clear, we haven't got... I'll tell you something. You will be quite impressed with the guests next week, but Kylie isn't.
But they're not going to be as impressed if it was Kylie, though, are they? It doesn't matter who it is now. It's not Kylie.
You should still be.
Apologise to whoever it is.
2 ladies who are on next week are watching because I've given.
Yeah. Whoever comes on next week needs to come in some gold hot pants now. Otherwise,
I'll ask them to come in a gold hot. One can come in gold hot pants, and the other one can come in like a white thing, just covering bits and just doing all that. Yeah, right. So. The music video is basically just the band playing it. Like it seems like I'll put a cafe thinking like, but it wouldn't have been because it's the 80s, so it would have been a wine bar, wouldn't it? But yeah, it was the band.
Really thin ties at school like that. That was our.
With the wrong way around.
Yeah, the wrong way around and the thin bit. So the kipper part of the tie used to get tucked in your shirt because it was cool.
Matt's actually thinking Morrissey's going to be on next week demanding an apology.
Well, I'll just tell him why I don't like it.
Because he's so happy. Can Lainey write me an apology, please?
No.
Okay, I'll just go and cry.
Write a song about it because they're all depressive.
But there's Wet playing in like sort of a wine bar. And then there's a Debbie kid.
Yeah.
Just randomly walking around. But he's very lucky that he didn't have his eye put out when he went next to his violinist. Look at how close that bow's next to his eye.
Yeah.
If he moved to an ear, bang, blind in one eye.
Yeah. And then there was also like a screenshot of Martin
Pillow?
Luther King's speech. Like there's like a thing of that comes up randomly in the middle of like the song. Why?
Because I think it just says the lines, I've dreamt of someone who had a dream. And that's all it is. So
and then they just they should put that in for a second.
Oh, that sounds like you can put something in by Martin Luther King there. Oh,
yeah. It was like, what?
But it's not just a... I don't know if Marty Pello's drunk or he was just channeling Vic Reeves when he sings this line, because I have not got a clue what he says. So anyone answers on a post, well, I was going to say answers on a post, just answers in the chat. What does he say during this?
It's something again. I walk on by with the look of love. That's, I think... Time and time again, I walk on by with a look of love.
Oh, lady, you've got better ears than me because I could not decide.
Play it again. This is a bit Vic Reeves though.
But if you had him and Morrissey in the same room,
time again, I walk on by with a look of love. Yeah.
Time and time again, I walk on by with the look.
Yeah, that's what I think it is as well.
So there you go. Thank you very much, you lyrical.
So while you're speaking, I'll have a check and see what it is, shall I?
Okie. So everyone, we have the Wet fan club in, I think, tonight.
Or maybe we just understand drunk singing.
You were all massive fans of Shooting Stars by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And next up, I'll just move along while Lainey quickly has a look.
Yeah, it is. In time on time. And time on time again, I walk on by with a look of love.
But yeah, next up, so thank you very much, Lainey, for checking that, by the way. But next up, we have Turn Back the Clock from Johnny Hates Jazz, and I can possibly guarantee Susan hates this. True.
No. Yeah. It's not the best by them. My sister really liked Johnny Hates Jazz. I don't mind it, but I prefer Shattered Dreams. It's a bit. He's another one of them. He loves himself a bit like Marty Pello. A bit. I mean, I know that.
Look at that photo. He looks so modest in that. In there.
The video. It was like what it was like showing them remembering, you know, them when they were kids and that kind of thing.
Well, that's your interpretation. I might have a slightly different one. I will get onto that in 2 minutes.
Okay. That's not the interpretation, that is. That's what is actually happening. They remembering being kids and playing together.
I might have took my opposite away.
I'm interested to know what you actually think it was now.
I will get to it in a second. Thing is, I really like this song. I do like the song. It reminds me, there's an album, I think I might have mentioned last week that DJ Yoda cut and paste the 80s edition. I will remember to post a link after the live stream's finished in here. I might post a link on Facebook or something as well. To DJ Yoda cut and paste the 80s edition. The album is on YouTube somewhere. Really good. It's a load of 80s songs cut up with like famous scenes and different TV things. It's brilliant. Just go back and watch it. You'll get loads of memories off that.
Yeah.
But this song reminds us of that. Sorry, I think that's why I divulged this. But yeah, it reached number 12 in the UK charts. It did reach number 1 in Iceland. So it was a mum's song by the looks of it, because that's where mums go, don't they? Or mums, should I say.
Mm-hmm.
So the music video starts off with a bloke coming back to his old hometown, who then stalks some kids. If you watch this, sees them, follows them back to their tree house, and then traps them up there by breaking the ladder. So there you go. So you might think he just stalked kids. So I don't know if there's missing posters for these kids anywhere, but he's suspect number 1. Also, 80s was a bit of a different era as well, because back in the 80s, if you really knocked some youths, you could chase after them, and if you caught them, you could probably beat them with a stick you were carrying.
Yeah.
And if not a stick, you could just tell the parents, and they would absolutely pound the bum on the lawn, which is random.
Yeah, it's a bit random, like, but
what's even more random than that is the line he says after he reminisces or he watches someone beating his kids. They were the best years of my life. That is the song said directly after that clip in the video.
To me, it was just
probably led on to
went back. Went back to their hometown, and they reminisced about what it was like back then when there were no worries, no cares, blah blah blah.
Yeah, no insurance, no mortgage, no this, that, the other.
No excuse, no record deal.
Just red bum cheeks by the looks of this kid here. Next on, we move to T'Pau in Valentine. I don't know, the song's just doesn't get going.
Didn't really remember it, and yeah, it's not good.
No, it's but actually the beginning bit, I've got this beginning bit here sounds like what I put Who's That Girl by the Eurythmics. That girl running around with you, bing bang bong.
I'm not a massive. I was never really a big fan of theirs. Obviously, China in the Hand was a massive hit, and again, it's one of them songs that is always on every 80s album. China in Your Hand, that is.
Yeah.
And I don't really recall this. Like, I vaguely remember, but not really. But it's not. It's just not my. I don't know.
Yeah. I think, but see, Matt likes it. This is not even good enough to describe as body type school. Yeah, it's also, of course, as this, I think, because I just don't think it gets going. It sort of starts off like that.
Sharon's dissing the contemporary dance, but I actually like contemporary dance.
Well, there's Shu and Starren. Stu and Sharon agreeing on something else there because Stu doesn't like contemporary dance.
I thought you were saying that Stu and Sharon doing this contemporary dance.
Yeah. Stu and Sharon need to now perform a contemporary dance because it's been said on the live stream. Yeah. So you need to get together and do your research and do some contemporary dance. But yeah, it doesn't get going for me. It only reached number 9 in the UK charts. But yeah, the music video is just a bit there as well. It's basically, it's Spuggy watching some contemporary dance there. Then Spuggy reminiscing with that dog and that fella. And then them playing in some dodgems. It's just a bit there. But yeah, but the song is about bumping into an ex who's moved on. But you're still crazy about them. So probably why it goes on and doesn't really get started. You know what I mean? No. So yeah. So all I think is, Carol, you need to move on, which we are because we're getting on to Billy Idol and Hot in the City.
Right. I love a bit of Billy Idol. I do like this song. However, the video, I'm sure you love it. I'm sure all men would love it who are heterosexual, obviously. But
no. I've got clips for you later on, and not just for us heterosexual men, for you heterosexual or heterosexual men or homosexual. No, hold on. I've got videos for people who like women and videos.
You've got videos for everyone.
Yes. I am not discriminated in my ogling of bodies.
Yes. Well, that's right. Obviously put them out there to be shown, I guess.
Do you know something? This is the first week I haven't had a drink on the live stream. I can't get my words out.
Should have watched my last video. Terrible. Couldn't speak. I just left it all in the end. Yeah.
Susan says, I don't hate this song. It's okay-ish. But I've seen enough of Billy Idol's gurning face and crotch to last me a lifetime. I think you need to bring out an autobiography or a kiss and tell story there, Susan.
My favourite Billy Idol song is Eyes Without a Face. I like Rebel Yell. I like White Wedding. I like this. But my favourite is Eyes Without a Face. Kern and crotch. That is just something you do not want a visual on.
But yeah, this song though, it for me it's a bit meh, and it sort of reminds. I can remember a lot of parents, mine and other people's parents, singing this song in cars and like, I don't know, really like hot in the city. I don't know. It's a bit. When you see the video now, you're like, oh, I was singing that song. What a show. But yeah, this song also reminds us of a film. Oh, it's a film. Oh, it's in a film. It's the film where the kid gets groomed by the woman. It like a place of work. She meets her at her place of work, grooms this kid, and then I think it's played in the limo scene where they're like in the limo and they get on the top.
That sounds big.
Yeah, that's the song. It's from Big, the groom. Where the woman grooms a young kid. Okay, he's in a man's body, but he's still a child. Wouldn't stand up in court. But yeah. But that's what that reminds us of. Matt just punchline. Thanks,
man. Very young Tom Hanks, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that why Stu's saying I look like Tom Hanks?
Don't know.
I don't know. But he's gone now, so we'll frighten him off. But yeah, this was originally out in 1982. Originally released in 1982, got number 5 in New Zealand, 23 in the US, 58 in the UK, and then it was re-released, obviously, in 87 off the back of the success of his other single successes. It only got it got to 13 this time in the UK, 10 better. It done worse in New Zealand, only got to 19, and done 10 better in the US, got 48. Yeah, the film Big hasn't aged well. It's extremely creepy. and wrong, but I still like it.
I like it as well.
Is it wrong?
I think it didn't need that bit, to be honest. Like, I think
it was to keep the dads interested when she turns out the light, but he wants to keep it on to look at their boobies. That's all.
And technically, it's like she's not meant to know at the time at first. You know what I mean?
Would that stand up in the court?
I am. Well, I suppose if you looked at someone and they looked like an adult and whatever, I don't know. But I'm not like.
But yeah, the music video was banned by MTV, the 1987 one, mainly because of this bit here, the woman on the cross, who was a former hot gossip dancer and at the time Billy Idol's girlfriend. Perry something or other. I forgot to write her name down. I just remember it was Perry.
Perry something or other.
Perry something or other. But yes, the video is quite raunchy. So you have just dancers there. So some more. I would just like to reiterate again, we do not condone smacking. This is the second time we've seen smacking in a video. So I'll just show it again. We do not condone smacking. There you go. And then, but like I said, that's something for people who like women. So, and now it's something for the women here. So here you go. He's a bit of, I know Susan's going to love this.
It doesn't work for me. Like, I don't.
And because I played the women twice, Susan, I'm going to play it again for you.
I don't find him attractive. Plus, then he sort of bounces on the top, like bounces on his feet, and then kind of does a little bit of like as if he was doing hopscotch for half a second. It's a bit weird.
Just show it again. Sorry, Shannon's asking us to show it again.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, the hopscotch. Yeah. Just one more time.
It's just not appeal. I didn't find him attractive or anything. I mean, obviously I was 12, 13. He kind of was probably a bit. I don't know
how he has one of them faces where if you've probably seen him now, he hasn't aged because he looked rubber then. So even if he's had, no worries, Susan. I can see you want it again. One last time for you. There you go with his hopscotch. There you go. With his hopscotch.
Hopscotch in the sea. No, it's not quite the same, is
it? But yeah, that was Billy Idol. And next we get Sinead O'Connor, who I hadn't heard this song before, but it's okay. Apart from her little, she goes really high. She's like
it's very screamy.
Yeah, she's like a bit like a female version of Morrissey with a screeching. Rather than going down here, she's up here. I can't even get that high. It's squealing. If a kid was doing that, you would tell it off.
I don't like this. I mean,
I quite like the song, and it sort of reminds us of like 90s American like poppy rock. You know what was on like sort of like American Pie, 10 Things like a teen movie, 10 Things I Hate About You. That sort of movie. It sounds a bit like that, but her screechiness ruins the song for me.
She's not many people can, as a woman, can take a shaved head, and she does work that well. This screechy bit.
Looking at the positives there.
Yeah, let's be positive. And the thing is like it's been the what's a popular song? It's been 7 hours.
Oh, Nothing Compares.
Nothing Compares. Like that song is on the overplay for me. Like,
I think that's a brilliant
it's
song.
A brilliant song, but it's on an overplay, and it's one of them things that if I hear it, I have to sing it, even though like, like I wouldn't choose to look for it though. But if it came on, I would sing along. But yeah, it's
Yeah, Matt's just said she goes a bit Yoko Ono here. I get exactly what you mean.
She's obviously got some issues You know, she's had some
Oh
issues.
no, yeah, she's gone
and whatnot. But yeah, not. I don't know. It's just I just can't. I couldn't get away with this. To be honest,
Yeah.
I really couldn't.
Yeah, it got to number 17 in the UK charts, 6 in Ireland, but it also charted in the dance charts in the US at number 14 for some reason. So I don't know if it was a remix of it.
A remix?
But yeah, but I just think when I seen in the dance charts, and it seemed to do quite well on MTV. Used to have a program called 120 Minutes. It must have been like alternative or a bit rocky stuff, and it featured quite heavily on that. Yeah, people are just saying no, Susan and Matt. Great Prince song, Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah. Prince wrote some stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's a great video of Sinead singing "Nothing Compares to You" in concert. The vocal is amazing. She's totally out of her head, but she's done it.
Yeah,
just showed you how talented she was. She was a bit, I don't know, like a bit pretentious. I thought at times. I don't know if it's pretentious or a bit, I don't know, self-righteous type thing. Because she did say in an interview, the song is about the Mandinka tribe from the book Roots. To understand it, read the book. And that was it. So, to understand this song, you need to read the book. Well, do you know what? If that's the case, if anyone wants to see what the video is about, go and watch it, but only after this live. Don't switch over now after the live stream. Neil, is it true you've got Kylie? Have you got the Minogue checking spelling sisters on next week? No, it isn't the sisters. It isn't one or the other. It isn't the dad. It isn't the cousin. It isn't the auntie. It's possibly. Hi, I have to go. Oh, see you later, Mel. Going on the school run. See you. Okay, thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's my friend James. So he thinks that no, it isn't the Minogue sisters. It isn't anyone named Minogue. So no, they aren't on next week. No.
He's booked you and you come on in your gold hot pants.
I wouldn't like to see him in that, don't worry. But yeah,
so we're not going to you with snakeskin shoes and your white jeans, can it?
He used to hang on my coattails when I used to be rocking that outfit. So
I'm sure he didn't.
Next up, we get to The Mission and Tower of Strength.
Yeah, can we just skip this?
Well, it's another song I've never heard. It's a bit...
No, I couldn't remember it either.
But it's a band who I think's trying to be U2.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, so much so, even the image in this video, because you've got the guy in the hat at the front who's trying to be Bono. You've got the guy in the beanie hat at the back. He's trying to be The Edge. And then you've got someone who's probably trying to Adam Clayton. And you've got who's missing? The drummer? I think the drummer. I don't know who else is missing. But yeah, they're probably missing. But yeah, it's not great. It got to number 12 though in the UK.
I don't know. It must have been.
How.
There was a big
goth
era, emo goth thing that happened. Maybe I don't know at the time, but I
see Matt's saying they've got a bit of a cult following, but he's never liked the song. Never liked the song back in the day, and he can only mildly tolerate it now. Yeah, it's just trying to be like it's quite Irish folksy rock, if you know what I mean.
And the video is a bit like hallucinogenics, you know what I mean, with the sort of two-headed eagle or whatever it was.
Well, the two-headed eagle is like a sign from Albania and Kosovo use it.
But with like the kind of the way it was done, like with the sort of
even the graphics and sort of like that, it does remind me of a U2 video though.
Yeah.
But the song was produced by Led Zeppelin's John Paul Jones, which I thought really stood out when I was looking at this. And it was recently re-recorded in 2019 by Remission International to raise money for charities and health workers for COVID. So I've never heard it though, so I don't like I say it probably hasn't helped. But like I say, the music video is basically just these guys walking around. Which was the zombies there? Because I don't know. It was it's quite hard to figure out. It's a bit arty-farty.
I don't even think
there was a girl here who I don't know if she's possessed or she's just having a tantrum. You know what I mean? But saying that, as a parent, sometimes you don't know with your own kids if they're just in the supermarket. Are they fucking possessed? Or they're just winding us up?
I can't remember if it was Susan or Sharon, but one of them said she looked like the girl who went into the Italian poltergeist.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, she might be. Don't have nightmares, people.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, I don't think anyone really likes that song. And then finally, we get on to Whitesnake. I do have a lookalike, but I mentioned it last week. The middle person looks like Rob Brydon. There you go. There's a lookalike for all you people who've missed it this week.
This is not Whitesnake for me.
Oh, see, I've never heard this song before, but I do quite like it. I do really... I hear this, but the video is mesmerised. Dave Coverdale's tassels are everywhere. His guitar licking. It was a staple of 80s hair up, though. Guitar licking.
Oh God, the hair. I mean, even I had hair like that at one point. You know, when I got my perm and me layers in the top. It's not a good look. But yeah, it's not quality Whitesnake for me. You know what I mean? I didn't think it sounded good either in comparison to that other stuff, and I don't
see the beginning bit. I do like the beginning bit because it sounds like the start of say I don't know like a box like World Championship boxing or box. Just listen. Now on World Championship boxing, you have Mike Tyson versus Amanda Holyfield.
The funny thing was, as I expected that I would know it, but then I was like, I don't remember this.
But that beginning, I love that beginning bit because it does sound like something like 80s, like and next up WCW wrestling or something. It sounds like it's going to be wrestling or boxing or some sort of fighting. But it's what you wanted as a kid. Yes, boxing's coming on. You know what I mean?
If you compare it to Here I Go Again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's totally. It's only the intro.
Yeah.
I got past the intro and I was a bit. Can we not just go about the intro? Because the intro was really good, but the rest of it's a bit meh. So, but yeah, got to number 18 in the UK charts. Island love a good rock track because it got to number 10 in Ireland as well. So Ireland love rock. Lainey said last night she thought David Coverdale reminded her of Ian the Tat Doctor.
No, that's not quite how it was, right? We'll find out that David Coverdale comes from Yorkshire, right? So I said, all people from Yorkshire go about in tassels. You know what I mean? That's in how big hair. And I said, that's what Ian's like when he goes to Aldi, or Aldi as he calls it. You know what I mean? And obviously they took that a bit further, obviously. And I says, and he goes in Aldi, and he buys his stuff, and he licks his bank card because he licks his guitar, he licks his bank card, and swipes it with all his tassels.
Do you know something? When you've mentioned David Coverdale, I used to go to school with David Coverdale. Not the David Coverdale, but another person called David Coverdale. He's about
60 odd.
Yeah, but I just wonder if his dad was a Whitesnake fan and just thought, were Whitesnake out in 80, 81? I think they were, weren't they?
I would think so.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if his dad was a Whitesnake fan and was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm related to David Coverdale. Used it all the time as a kid. Oh, yeah, well, I'm related to him, because my name's Coverdale. And then when he got old enough, he was just like, yeah, my son, David. Yeah, I'm related to him, definitely. Yeah, he's my son. Yeah, you kind of prove us wrong.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like when you're probably 10 or whatever, he probably wouldn't have cared. He'd probably be like, and then if he'd have seen, and especially when you're 15 and you want to be cool and you're showing people, look, I'm related to these people with big hair, you know, and tassels. I'm sure they're all laughed and stuff like that because it was a different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't cool and like
it wouldn't quite work. I mean, you know, they'd all be there in their snakeskin shoes and their white trousers and that, and he'd rock up with his tassels. I'm sure he wouldn't be cool.
But yes, and that is the end. That's oh no, hold on, did I miss a slide? Basically, the there we go. We're back in the room. Basically, we're back in the room. No, basically the music video for that is just the concert playing. But yes, that is part 1 of now 11 over and done with, all wrapped up in a nice little bundle. But now it's over to you people. Over to yous for you to pick your best and worst. If I can find my pen.
How can you lose it?
It's right in front of us. And,
right,
can I vote for Alone by Heart, please? No, James, you can't. You had like 4 weeks to vote for that, and you never got that. Look at the tracks. Get with the program. We'll get banned.
People picking. I'll choose mine. Right?
Yeah, you pick yours. Then.
Pet Shop Boys the best, and Morrissey's the worst.
I thought.
Now there was other contenders for worst. There was no one that quite topped Pet Shop Boys for me out of the other songs.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I'm not sick of it, if you know what I mean. There's loads of there's loads of other songs that were bad, but I can't stand Morrissey, so that added to it for me.
Well, Susan just says Pet Shop Boys. If Pet Shop Boys don't win, there's a crack in the universe. So I'd say that's a vote for Pet Shop Boys. Is it? Vote for Pet Shop Boys. Are you sure now, Susan? Pet Shop Boys, not Billy Idol and he's dancing. No.
No, she keeps that for private.
Sharon said Pet Shop Boys. Matt said Pet Shop Boys. James has said it's taken him 4 weeks to figure out how to comment, yet he still hasn't answered because you can comment on which one you think's best and worst on this album, please. So there are so many bad tracks, it's hard to choose. See, for me, I'm going to go for Jermaine Stewart as the worst. That's the worst for me. So the EJ one. What's the EJ one? I haven't heard of half of these, and I thought I knew music. So which one do you think's the best? Worst is Mission for Matt.
Elton John.
Elton John.
She really doesn't like Elton John. Really doesn't like him. Can you tell?
But yeah, EJ the Mozart wannabe. But I think that's pretty much it. James, if you're still in, can we have you? I'm struggling for worst. Or Sharon's gone Morrissey for worst as well. Hi, Rich. You're only an hour and a half late. We're just wrapping up. If you can have a look below, Rich, you can still pick who you would like. No need to retract your message. I think you put Stu before. You just come in automatically thought. I think you should take offence to that. I'm struggling. Full stop. Best Belinda Carlisle there. I haven't picked I picked me worst. I didn't pick me, but best Pet Shop Boys for me as well. So I think I'm waiting on AIDS. Rich, if he wants to vote, if he can have a look at the tracks below. Oh, Pet Shop Boys for Stu as well.
Yeah.
Worst song, Stu and James. I'm going for Belinda. Oh, Belinda from Carlisle from James as well. What about the worst?
I think he's thinking of a different way, but yeah.
Stew. Wet.
Of all the other songs on there, You're gonna say that Wet Wet Wet's the worst.
Do you know the only reason he's picked that? The only reason he's picked that is because we don't like Morrison. He loves the Smiths.
But it's because he's got bad taste.
The Mission.
I like you, really.
I nearly just removed it from the. Just went like this, just like wait.
You could.
There you go. That's awarded. Maybe. Belinda's got 3 now. Oh. I don't even know how you could do that yourself. Stu's taste is rubbish. Don't censor Lady. So Stu says yes. So James, what's the worst?
Stu even says his taste rubbish. He says, "Yep."
Yeah. Oh, well, Rich, you're nearly there. You've just come in. Have a look at the songs below. Best and worst, quickly.
Rich, pick Pet Shop Boys for best and Morrissey for worst. It's easy. As it happens, Rich, who is Night's Life, is on my channel tomorrow for Banishment.
Oh.
So 7:30 tomorrow night.
James has said, although Billy Ocean is a legend, yeah, he's even got a road named after him in South Shields.
Ocean Road, aye.
Ocean Road in South Shields. A lot of curry houses named after Billy Ocean.
And what Leonie said.
Fact. Well, I think I'll call it there then. I think I will call it there. Best song, Pet Shop Boys.
Yep.
Worst is a tie between
We're
Morrison
going to do
and...
worst songs, I don't mind.
Proxy vote, Nick. Yeah, Nick's posted his in. Pet Shop Boys. So yeah, Morrissey and The Mission are the worst songs. But thanks everyone for coming and joining us and voting. And thanks everyone. And as well, thanks once again for people subscribing. I have hit 500. Thanks again to Lainey, my unexpected guest this week.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Stepping in, Stu's. It's not a hard job to step into because Stu doesn't do it. You've done like 5 weeks worth work for Stu. What Stu does.
Yeah.
He just needs to do some research. But yeah.
He likes reading the comments.
Sorry?
He likes reading the comments, I've noticed. So I was like, in the comments, yeah. But
yeah,
we've started looking at those because they are quite funny sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's something in that.
Don't worry, Rich. At least you were here in the end. That's all what matters. Just remember to give us a thumbs up, Rich. That's all I can ask you. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. Like I said, I've reached 500 subs, so will be a giveaway video coming soon. Hopefully, Stu will be back next week if his interview doesn't go terribly bad. But yeah, good luck again to Stu. I hope everyone wishes Stu good luck. Also, like I said, I don't just have one special guest next week. I have 2. Nearly done it wrong way around. 2 special guests.
When you're going 4, that's 4.
All right, 2 special guests. I look like what the kids do now. There you go. God, someone's going to clip that. It's 2 special guests next week. Right, so anyone, so he who they are. So anyone in the chat, if they watch the hit list on Saturday night, has anyone seen this? It's a music quiz.
No.
Yeah, good luck, Stu. They'll never made them charges stick. Yeah. So there's a quiz show on BBC on Saturday night called The Hit List. It's like guess the intros on songs and everything. People who watch this would love it. Anyway, the winners of the last program, there wasn't one this week, but the winners the week before were Roz and Gabby, and they are going to be our guests next week on this channel. What I'll do, I'll link a link. I'll post a link in the description down below to the iPlayer, and a link to their channel. So Nia watches it, so you might recognize Roz and Gabby when they're on next week. But yes,
Gabby Roslin is on next week.
Gabby Roslin. You're nicking me jokes because that's what I was going to say next week. If they had a friend called Lynn, I could have advertised I had Gabby Roslin on. You know what I mean? But you stop stealing my material. If you want to do that, you've got to come on the show, mate. Love to having big breakfast. Right? Okie dokie. Stop stealing the show in the chat now, James. If James wants to, he can come on the week after. There you go. There's a challenge to you. Sack Lynn. Right, yes.
You can come on the week after, and then
you can come on the week after.
You need to type in the chat then.
Yeah, James can come on the week after, and the week after that, Susan is coming on.
Yes.
For the second part of
I need to look at the 90s, and there's definitely going to be some point of the 90s. I want to come back.
Yes. Well, like I say, if there is any albums you see and want to come on for, just get in touch. All the socials is below.
Early 90s, I think. But I'll have a check because I remember, but I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming on in 3 weeks, she says.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Because it'll be, I'm just checking which now. Even though we've just spent an hour and a half doing the Now album, I was like, which Now we're on now? Now 11. I have even done the latest one. Cut out and stuck on the board. But yes, so Susan is coming in 3 weeks. The boot is going to be on the other foot.
Yeah, now 12.
It's now 12 disc 2. And James has gone very quiet since we've mentioned him, getting him on now 12 disc 1. So it's one way to get rid of a troll. But yes, once again, thanks everyone for coming. Here every Monday. I've only just figured out how to type, let alone work a webcam. Yeah. You don't need to be on a camera because you would probably frighten them away, like Stu hides his face because he frightens away. Even though Stu appears on other people's channels.
Yeah, he was on mine.
But he frightened people away, so that's why I don't know his face.
He frightened people away.
But yeah, thanks Sharon, thanks James-ish, thanks Susan, I've already said Sharon, and Crime Watch. What? Nia, Rich, Aids, Matt, Stu. I think Stu's gone. And good luck for tomorrow, Stu. But good night, and we bid you farewell, and hopefully see you next week. And Rich, if you're still watching, 9:30 we start.